gonna do a Santa Claus? It's a little early.
Welcome to boys and I don't know.
And cut.
And this is A&B Convos Wrestling Edition.
Welcome everyone to the most must-see wrestling review show on YouTube. Welcome to A&B Convos Wrestling Edition. Alright, so we had a very interesting week. We have some thoughts.
It's a lot to talk about because a lot of thoughts, very different thoughts. Like, yeah, let's start with Raw.
Alright, Monday Night Raw. I mean, what was your overall feeling? Because Shane made his triumphant return to do Lucha Underground. Raw Underground.
Raw Underground.
And I gotta tell you, homeboy. I feel like what I was watching, I kind of understand it. I felt like I was like someone in WWE watched a movie, was like, this is fantastic, and we're gonna do this just kind of different. And then like some years later, you write a sequel that doesn't quite have the budget, doesn't quite have the special effects. You get the general gist, but it's just not quite as good.
Okay, you know, for me, I loved everything about Raw. I know that the Raw Underground was not awesome. It was not awesome. But I felt like it had potential, but I also felt like it deserved a pre-story. Didn't make sense. All of a sudden, you have an underground fight club. For what? For who? Why Shane? What?
But what happened is, you don't talk about Underground. What's the one rule about Raw Underground?
You do not talk about Raw Underground.
So apparently nobody talked about it.
That's all they did.
Before they dropped it in our lap. It was just Raw Underground.
You know, they took so much time to build up the glitch. What the hell was he called?
The Fiend.
Everything was glitching, and then he told Mandy Rose and Sonya to build. He didn't even have a name. He was just come up and then with the hood and was like, you know, here's what I caught on camera. What was that?
Oh, you're talking about the mysterious hacker person.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, since they had dropped the hacker, to me, it would have made sense to maybe intertwine the hacker with this, and maybe the hacker is like blackmailing the champion, and he's behind all of this, and he has dirt on people, so he's making them fight. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they could have, if they were gonna do it, and it's not a one-time stunt, which now I kind of think it is, because they did allude to it. Was it Bobby Lashley that called it a stunt? The underground stunt. So I'm like, oh, so is this a one-time thing? He felt like they're pulling a stunt, which made it seem like it was the first time ever. It just didn't. It didn't make sense. But I got excited that they're trying to do something different, because that's what we kept saying. You have to do something different. This is not working. So they are trying. Some of the stuff they've done different has worked. Some of it hasn't. Maybe they will come further with this. I don't mind dancing girls. Those girls are not dancing though. They're literally.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it at all.
Like, I don't know what they were doing.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching From Dusk Till Dawn Part 5. Like, it just got so watered down. None of it made sense. I hated the fact that every time Shane McMahon would say, okay, that's enough, that's good, like, let these guys fight. Like Godzilla,
Right.
let them fight.
Yeah, it's an underground fight club where Shane don't actually let anybody get hurt or fight.
Just give him a little taste, take it right, give him a little shoulder, take it right back. That's no good.
And I'm glad Shane is back. First of all, they can say what they like. Yeah, we all know there was too much Shane McMahon. But I didn't want no Shane McMahon. You want to see the McMahons the same way you want to see Stephanie. You want to. They're McMahons. You want to see him, so I'm
But-
glad.
You've had a McMahon at the helm for so many years, and for so many years you had a McMahon in front of the camera, but he was like Vince was. He was basically just an announcer. He was a color commentary guy. Wasn't really put out there that he owned the company. And then during the Attitude Era,
Like Sylvester Stallone on all his movies.
well, yeah, then things come out, and you're trying to recreate something that a feel. Obviously, an underground didn't exist during the Attitude Era, but you're trying to come up with some kind of, we're a little tougher, we're a little rougher, and I gotta tell you. You mentioned Bobby Lashley, okay? He was an MMA guy.
Yeah.
He did well enough for himself.
Oh,
But take a look at this. Take a look at this nonsense.
I don't want to see it again.
Okay, so if you are seeing this now, Bobby Lashley's fist is about a mile away
That's exactly what he did. Like
from that guy's face. About a mile away.
The dude like sold it, and the camera angles. If they would have been a little faster, maybe it wouldn't have been so obvious, but it wasn't.
We
It
see
was-
this.
I mean, he
We
wasn't
see
even
this.
close.
Not
to
even
his
close.
face.
And I feel like the underground fighting is what we've been saying that they should be wrestling like. Like, if you're gonna do this, make it look good. Not like that Bobby punch, but at least
Yeah.
MVP, he got in there, he's throwing some elbows.
Right.
It looked decent enough. If you're gonna do it, connect with your moves. Sort of like Booker T said,
Right.
go in there, beat the tar out of them, apologize in the back later. But don't pull your punches. Don't make them.
Right.
Don't just like if
Right.
you're gonna do this, like do it or don't do it at all. Because you're saying, hey, we're raw. Raw's gonna get even raw by going underground. Then commit. Like I said, they commit
Yeah.
to the wrong thing,
And then they pussified.
and then they stop it. Like, okay, it didn't work. We'll just cut it. The audience is stupid. No one will ever notice it's gone.
Right. And so for the most part, I liked the different things they had going on with Raw. I felt like Shayna Baszler actually came and brought it on another level, which we've been waiting for her to do. She didn't bring it to the level that Sonya Deville brought it to Mandy, but she brought it. She did step it up, and that was fine. I mean, overall, I just liked Raw. Like, yeah, I don't think that the Raw Underground was successful as is, and maybe it was just so that Bobby and them could look dominant because they just beat everybody's butt. But
look, Raw's ratings have been in the toilet. What have we seen traditionally when this happens? Let's bring back the McMahons.
Right.
Like you're here, and then you disappear. Like, okay, I'm going to release the reins. Things fall apart all over the place. Let's bring back the McMahons.
Right.
Let's bring back the Attitude. Let's bring back you can't. The Attitude Era was what it was. It's never coming back. You can't really bring back that feel if you're going to just be done with it. I'm gonna say it. You're gonna be done with it. I love seeing Shane O'Mac. Glad he's back. But
oh, you made a rhyme just in the nick of time, baby.
all right, girl, let's move on.
I actually loved that Bianca Belair accused Zelina Vega of poisoning her husband. Now that is old school, and that's exciting. That's cool. It's fun.
Now that was good.
It was
Mid-interview, and Kayla just freezes, and Bianca, the camera thinks that's what we want to see.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
good writing.
And Bianca, badass. Bianca, I can't wait to see her go with Nia Jax. I cannot wait to see
I
her.
don't know. It could be a while. She's been indefinitely
Oh, please.
suspended. I don't even care if this is a storyline or not. And it doesn't really make sense. You were on the shelf for double knee surgery for, what, a year?
Yeah.
You come back just to beat up somebody that's the size of your leg. Doesn't make any sense. Hated that whole Kyrie thing. We're not going to go there again. But I'm telling you, if you want to go underground, if you want to go raw, okay, let's get some of the badass people in there. Let's get a Nia Jax.
Right.
Okay, let's get a Bianca Belair.
Right.
Let's get a Sonya Deville. Let's bring back Asuka. Let's get an NXT Asuka. I want to see that Japan fighting Asuka. Because
Right.
you know Japan wrestlers do not mess around. Get in there and say, look, here's what's going to happen. We're going to get underground.
Right.
We're going to get raw, no holds barred, unsanctioned, apologize in the back, ring the bell.
My hope is that Bianca, because she is so hardcore and she is so tough, that she won't dial it back and it will force others to step it up. Because you see that when Sasha is faced to go one-on-one, like with like Asuka, when Asuka's really doing her thing, she will come back and deliver. But when she's in there with a Bailey and Alexa Bliss and everybody's just, you know, wrestle dancing and, you know.
But the thing is also, I don't like necessarily seeing matches. I mean, everybody loves a good David and Goliath type story, but we've seen that before with
It's not
Rey Mysterio and Big Show. But I like Zelina Vega.
Right.
I think she's actually a good wrestler, but on paper she's no match for Bianca Belair. This is just an ass whipping. Like this is Nia Jax, Kairi Sane, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And I don't want to see that. I want to see a Titan against a Titan. Clash of the Titans.
Obvious.
Well, I'll tell you what's obvious is that, again, across the board, the writers, I don't know, there's no cohesion. I understand you've got 3 individual brands, but you're still under the same house. There still should be some form of cohesiveness, and I just feel too much disjointedness.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Miz and Morrison, you know, they're always going to be my favorite. I love Miz and Morrison. The skit was cute, but they just went on way too long.
Way too long.
At first I was like, oh, this is so cute. And then I was like, come on now. You know what I mean? Which I think they just got caught up. I don't know if they didn't practice that well or whatever. But the idea of it was cute, but it was still them, and I always loved them. Everything about them, their little rap songs, they should keep doing that. That's just awesome. So I feel like they can do no wrong in the ring. First of all, who spray paints but taggers that are like at the bus stop? So I don't know if that was supposed to make them look big and bad. And then instead of going to fight any of the wrestlers around the ring, they went and fought like sound and camera people, where the wrestlers were like, F you, but they were blocked off. They couldn't get to each other. So you didn't actually do, like, you just beat up like innocent bystanders. And then on top of that, this fool pulled a chainsaw out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
I mean, you could hide certain weapons in your clothes and in crevices, but that's not one of them.
He pulled it out of his royal arse.
He did. I mean, maybe the Firefly Funhouse, like, loaned it to him? I don't know.
Well, you know, my thing is with these people, when they came out, first of all, one of the things that I noticed that they're all small.
Yeah.
They're very average sized individuals. It was a mix, male, female.
Nothing scary.
Nothing scary. You had some blunt objects, and you initially went into the ring and were hitting the ropes, and woo, we're here. And
right. So then when the point where they did the W and they crossed out the SmackDown, I really feel like they are trying to allude that it's like that AEW thing. Like they're trying to recreate the Monday Night Wars. That's what I think.
But that's good writing.
That's great writing.
Happen,
if
set 'em
that's
up.
what they're doing. Otherwise, I don't know.
Speaking of not making sense, we had the Fiend back in the ring. All of a sudden, there's Alexa Bliss again in the ring, not looking quite as scared.
Right.
This time, and the Fiend was teasing the dumbest move the world has ever laid eyes on, the mandible claw. He was teasing. This must have been hanging in the air for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes before Alexa grabbed his arm, put her hand on his face. What was that?
Well, first of all, I do think she did a good job because I know she's not Actress of the Year, but you could tell the difference between last week when she was scared And this week when she was like,
yeah, but at least she was already in the ring.
well, yeah, what the hell?
Where you
She
just
also
popped out of
came out of
nowhere.
the ring. She came out of the same hole that the chainsaw came out of.
And well, that's what I'm saying. The WWE will have you believe they'll commit to something and then they'll drop it and think that we don't remember these things or won't care enough
Yeah.
to mention it. And then all of a sudden, Braun is back
Turning
on
heel.
the Titantron, and he's all big and bad, and the Fiend is looking a little concerned. And then Alexa Bliss just got out of the ring. I mean, you committed to two different things in the same segment, and I don't understand.
I almost feel like Alexa Bliss should stop Bray Wyatt. I think that would be awesome. I think like whatever he did to her, like now he's like, okay, because he didn't like her reaction. I feel like they should make her stalk him, like in that hood, Bray. You know what I mean? To where, and he's like, oh, I just think that they could do something with that.
Have a bunch of Fiends be the guys in the hoodies with the chainsaws. I mean, that is something I would be scared of. You're a little person. There's no way in this world. You're a bunch of Tyrians.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
You're a bunch
they
of Game
all
of
were
Thrones
little
Tyrians
fiends.
running around.
No, that's tight. That would be so tight if they were all little fiends.
Fine, we've had those matches before. Let's bring those back. Let's bring Hornswoggle back in here. At least that would be more entertaining. I don't know.
And then instead of hearing them talk crap, we could have heard little kids giggling. That would have been so good. Because spray painting and stuff, cutting with the chainsaw, yes, that could have all been Firefly Funhouse because it's. Well, now you got me excited, and it didn't even happen. It was thought you had.
Writers, call us. Slide
Right?
into those DMs, okay?
Slide in, baby.
Because we got words for you. Please let us know what you think about what is going on in the WWE with this Raw Underground, with this mysterioso people coming on SmackDown. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And please
Hit the notification bell.
make sure you get notified of all of our latest videos because you do not want to miss this. Join the conversation.
And hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. It's not going to hurt nobody. Good job at that. You should subscribe.
Thank you all for joining us once again for another A&B Convos
Wrestling Edition.
We will see you
Down the road.